You called me in here, Mrs. Price?
Kevin, truancy is the signature habit of the unmotivated. It is a contemptible behavior that must be broken. State law says that you must attend school until you are 16, whether you like it or not. Now, Kevin, how do you think I should punish you?
I don't know.
Don't you mean I don't know Mrs. Price?
Yes. I don't know Mrs. Price.
Thank you. Better. Well, I've looked over your records. You've missed 5 days of school just this month. You're failing in all of your classes, missing homework assignments. Do you think your father would like to come down here, missing a day of work, just to conference with me about you?
He doesn't work, Mrs. Price.
Well, doesn't that just follow? What does he do?
He doesn't do much of anything anymore. He died in Afghanistan, Mrs. Price, defending peace and promoting liberty, something like that.
Well, I'm very sorry. But what about your mother? How would she like to come down and have to miss work?
It's your party, but she doesn't show up for much of anything either anymore, unless it's closing time.
Well, look, Kevin, I can be a nice person, a trusted friend to the students, but I can also be awfully harsh if I must. Now, when I see a borderline student such as yourself, I feel it's my duty to intervene. What do you do all day?
I listen to my music. Sometimes I stay up all night. I like being alone.
According to this file, you've been warned several times about skateboarding on campus. You do know that's forbidden, don't you?
That rule is lame, Mrs. Price.
Well, what makes you think that you're above the rules, Kevin? What makes you think you're so special that you can decide if a rule suits you or not?
Well, for one thing, I'm not a robot, Mrs. Price.
I'll let that pass. For now. Don't you want to make something of yourself? Be important. Have a good job, a nice house, a nice car. That's not going to happen if you don't follow the rules, Kevin. What makes you think you were born to run wild?
What makes you think I wasn't? Do I have to keep on saying Mrs. Price after everything? Mrs. Price?
Your attitude is entirely unacceptable. I know what you're up to with your smirking, and I'm not going to stand for it. Give me the name of your church. I'm going to call your pastor.
I don't go to church, Mrs. Price.
You don't need to say Mrs. Price. Not if you're going to say it like that. I want more respect from you, Kevin.
Yes, Mrs. Price.
I have instincts about people. Instincts! Now, I can't force you to attend church, but I strongly recommend it in your case. Are you running around with girls, too? Maybe messing with drugs? Oh, I only wish the district would allow me to compel you to get a decent haircut and stop you from wearing those awful old clothes.
I have instincts too, Mrs. Price. Can I leave now, or is there something else you don't like about me?
No, you may not leave until I dismiss you. I'm going to make a few calls. I think that you could use some additional help, and I'm going to see that you get it. Now, who are you hanging around with?
Who are you calling, Mrs. Price?
Just the police and our district psychologist. I'm very concerned about your bad attitude. I want to nip this in the bud and get you back on track, Kevin.
So, you're gonna try helping me by calling the cops? Am I supposed to thank you?
I really wish I could whip some sense into you, Kevin.
Should I drop my pants, Mrs. Price?
Ah! That's it! You're expelled from this campus for not coming to school! Security! Security! Send in security!
think it's 9/16.
There you go. You're right. See? Told you'd be able to size them up just by looking at them. And that's what you're doing.
Thanks. Whose bike is this?
Greg from 2 blocks down. Yeah, he acts all tough, but it's just a kid. Yeah, told me we were able to fix up his bike, but it's going to take a little bit. I just wish I was able to help you out a bit more.
No, don't worry about it, man. There hasn't been a bike we haven't been able to fix yet.
Ain't that the truth? Hey, remember that green mountain bike? What we call it? Frankenstein.
Oh, yeah. Do you remember afterwards when the kid came back with his mom and they were so worried about the price that when we told them that it was free, she started jumping up and down, crying, saying praise Jesus and hugging us. And afterwards, the kid came back and told me he wanted me to be a part of his family. It was the best ever.
Yeah, it felt good, didn't it? You know, you've done a whole lot of good around here, and prouder than you than any bike I've ever fixed up.
Thanks. I like helping out.
Yeah, and you help out a lot. I just wish that when I get better, you won't have to spend so much time around here helping me out.
Ben, it's okay. I want you to have something.
Kevin, put that away, man.
Kevin! I've been looking for you. We need to talk.
Is there a problem here?
I'm Mrs. Tivoli. I'm from the school. I'm Kevin's friend. Would you mind if we had a moment alone to talk?
Kevin?
It's okay, Ben.
Kevin, I left you messages and you never returned my calls. Are we strangers all of a sudden?
Mrs. Price expelled me from that hellhole of hers. Got any holy water?
I heard about that. Sorry, Kevin.
It was a really big day for Mrs. Price.
Well, I am here for you right now. And I just want to make sure that you have every chance that you deserve.
Are you stalking me?
Please be nice. Kevin, you have friends, people on your side. I just don't want to see you blow it.
Don't listen to other people, alright? They hardly ever get it right. Sometimes I feel like I'm on fire. Like if I don't keep on putting little buckets of water on myself, I'm gonna burn into little ashes. I'm not so nice.
You don't see yourself the way other people do.
It's not so easy for me.
Kevin, you aced the SATs. That's why I was calling. Nobody in our district has ever done that. With your scores, I could get you into just about any college you want, on a full scholarship.
I don't want any part of that stuff. Not now.
What do you mean?
Okay, look around you. Everyone I know has gotten sucked into that. That school stuff. It suffocates them. Schools are like stockyards.
What you're doing here is commendable. Do you really think that you are going to reach your full potential by messing around with chains and inner tubes? Kevin, what you do now will affect the rest of your life. I wish that I had the magic words to get you to understand what I'm saying, but I don't have any.
It's not about the chains and inner tubes, Miss Tivoli. It's about what's behind them. Those test scores don't mean anything. If the right people don't get their hands dirty and do some work, then no one's gonna be prepared for the world that's coming. People who are born with a head start should have more to give, not more to take.
What's the harm in trying this for a year and then deciding?
I might get sucked in too.
Kevin, I just want you to think a little bit harder about going this alone. The world is not the way you think it is.
Thanks, Tivoli. Thank you for trying, Miss Tivoli. Goodbye.
Would you talk to him? Maybe he'll listen to you. He needs to be in school. He needs to get into college. How long has he been working for you? Why are you laughing at me? What's so funny?
Kevin doesn't work for me. It's the other way around. Honestly, I don't know where I'd be if it wasn't for him.
What do you mean?
Kid's rich. He's a genius. You ever heard of a thing called cryptocurrency?
What? Yeah.
It's like money. Kevin bought into it with everything his dad left him in the beginning. And he held on to it like it was gold, and when he dumped it, kid made millions. He doesn't need anything.
But he looks.
It doesn't matter what he looks like. Don't ever talk bad about him when I'm around. Don't know where I'd be without him.
I'm sorry. What about his mother?
Just kept it a secret from her. If she knew about it, she'd just drink herself to death that much quicker. It's sad, but he's a saint. Everywhere, helping out where he can, gives out money where it'll do some good. Just promise you're not going to tell anybody about it.
I promise. I'm so proud of him. Maybe he really will make a difference.
He already has.